All right, Shannon, it's 7 o'clock on the dot. We're on time.
For once.
Look at us go. Isn't that awesome?
Yep.
Hopefully I got the streaming part of this right.
Did we not check?
No, I checked the settings. It just, I don't know. I need to go back and watch another tutorial on the settings. Hopefully it's not lagging.
I love how we're always prepared.
It looks, I mean, it's looking fine at the moment. It's looking cool, looking good. I guess. I don't know. It's on the it says stream. You need to change the video resolution, which is not supported for this configuration.
Like I said, I love how we're always prepared.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it for a second though.
Go.
Yes, we are back on. Whoops. Sorry about that. We had to relaunch the live stream because it was lagging. It's telling me that basically the size that I had put in there wasn't looking good. Now it's green. Now it's all green.
Yay!
Now it's all good.
You
Hopefully,
got 2 points.
hopefully, now when they watch us, we won't be lagging and all that stuff. So it should be good.
I thought the thing was supposed to be turned off.
I'll turn it off here later. So, anyhow,
Orange Star!
what's up, Orange Star? Sorry, guys. Sorry for those of you that are retuning, kind of tuning back in. I had to change the settings real quick. It won't let me do it while we're doing it live. So, I apologize about that. This OBS application over here really isn't the most intuitive thing to use. So. What can I say?
You're fumbling around like a 13-year-old with his first attempt at hunking a bra.
I'm doing that now, even as a 38-year-old.
Yeah.
How the fuck these things come undone? How does this work? Tell me again.
Oh, Orange Star's girlfriend went into labor, so he wasn't able to make the ice test. We were looking for you. Congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah, congrats. Yeah. I saw him on one of Rybeat's videos, or was it T-shirt chick? Did she happen to go into the labor? I guess I don't know. But congratulations. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. What is it? Is it a boy or a girl? I can't keep up with all y'all having all
Everybody
these babies.
except me is very fertile.
Everybody's having babies.
Oh, Lord.
Having the babies. Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Oh, give me one moment.
Sorry, he's friendly, we promise.
Hey, come on in.
I don't know if y'all were closed or not.
No.
I know y'all been expecting.
Technically, we're kind of armed.
What's going on here?
Oh man, we're
doing
actually live streaming.
No way.
You want to say hi?
Yeah, you want to say hi to the internet?
No, I'm good.
Good?
What is that, like some YouTube stuff? Or what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. My kids love that stuff.
Oh yeah, look, ours do too. They stay on it constantly. Hats, right?
Yes.
Here, pick up the hats. Okay, let me grab
Did you guys get the images for the shirts?
Yes, we did.
You sent that one
And
over.
I believe I sent a quote over.
Okay, I've been in Florida the past week.
Right, yeah.
And I just got back today, and I'm passing by, so I need to stop.
Yeah, might as well. Was the invoice Apollo? All right, so I think I can just send you the rest of the invoice for the balance.
Let me get him
Matt, I think you're gonna have to. Oh, there it is. Give me 5 seconds. So, don't say anything mean about them. Oh, you like them?
Yeah. No,
Yay! I love hearing that. Okay, so we've got a balance of 135.
You guys take credit card?
We do.
Yeah, sure do.
Matt has a swipey thingy.
Yeah, I do have a swipey thing. Let me.
It was right
I think I
there.
brought it over here.
Yeah. Sorry guys, give us just a couple minutes and we'll be going
Here,
full on air.
Okay, yeah, they can't even see us at this point.
No, they can't.
But what is the live streaming about?
We just talk to people about screen printing. Basically, what we do here, we teach people how to screen print and do artwork, all kinds of things.
And one of them says hi to you, by the way. Uproar said hi to the customer.
What's the balance?
135.80. 135.85.
How old is he?
8 months.
8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got some he's still got some growing to do.
No way.
Look at those paws. He hasn't even grown into his head yet. But he's happy to see you.
I know that one of our techs has a female pit that he's been taking to his work.
Really?
So I think he smelled her on.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
She was all over my shorts earlier.
Oh,
Right before we left, so I think that's what he's.
Yeah, his favorite thing to do is to sit on his bed and then just look up at me like upside down and go, "Woof!"
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna mark it paid.
Okay.
And then I'll try to get a t-shirt count over here.
Okay.
Soon.
Yeah, no worries. The invoice will have the notes for the upcharges for the 2Xs and stuff like that. So if you need any of those, it'll be a little bit different, but not too much.
There you go. How those polos been working out for you?
I'm sorry?
The polos, how
Well, they're amazing. I had to work on mine today.
Love hearing that too.
Because
Yeah,
our
they look
uniform
great,
company hasn't been bringing me any uniforms, so I had to work on it, man. My wife's going to kill me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she doesn't like for me. Because I ruined the last polos like that.
Oh.
So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
man, when I need to work, I need to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those polos we actually really love. Apollo. We actually really love those. I recommend them to everybody. We had one client that I found them for, and then after that, they're my go-to to recommend for a dry fit. So yeah, you ever need more?
I know, just messing up all my clothes. Like I got a couple pair of shoes up. Like these are new, and then I'll go out there in the shop and get some work done.
I'm not supposed to. I was working in these. Wait, man, my wife's.
Oh, I'm gonna. Were you working in the shop in your birthday present shoes? Yeah, I'm gonna kill him.
Those are sitting over there.
Oh, okay.
So I can just change out of them when we get out of here.
Yeah, and I have some one of those Warache Nike Warachis.
Right.
Like those.
Matt.
I have a set of those at the shop for me to work in.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, brother. That's it, man. Yeah, I'll try to get a count sent over as soon as I get a chance.
Okay.
And then that way I can order those. I got an event coming up in August. I'd like to have them by then.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
So we have
that's
plenty of
so
time.
yeah.
As
Mm-hmm.
long as you guys just want to make sure you got the image,
Mm-hmm.
and it's what you guys can work
Yeah,
with.
we have the graphics.
Okay.
Yeah, we got it.
And then that's
we can
it.
work with it.
All right.
Cool, man.
All right.
Bye,
Have a good
Benito.
one.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, so we are back. We apologize for that. A client, came in and basically finished picking up his order and paying for them, and he loved them, so yay! And now we're gonna switch over because it's 7:10.
I didn't even realize the door was unlocked.
We never really remember to lock it after Michelle comes and leaves.
Yeah. Oh well. Hey,
Okay,
we got
so hey, Rabbits!
we got the balance to those shirts, so that's good.
Gray says bye, Benito.
Bye, Benito. All right, we're gonna switch things over, guys, and then we'll get this party started. I mean, the party's already started, isn't it? Let's do it.
Whee!
That's funny. I wonder if that's happened to anybody else while they're doing a live
I
stream.
know Cam.
And then
It's happened to Cam. I've seen it happen to Cam.
yeah. Well, the funny thing is though, so he's got his little office and he kind of bells out of the office. But with us, it's like here's the small space we're in, and we're just technically we close at 6, but
As you were very tactful to mention.
I was like, technically we're closed, but
Yeah,
it's cool.
You just kind of looked at me that we are closed.
it's fine. Well, I wasn't expecting him.
I wasn't either. He didn't email me or give me a heads up or anything.
Well, he knows we're here normally later than 6. So
It's like this place is like a haunted house. You enter and you never get to leave.
yeah, but
Anyway, so Upper wants to know if you told Benito that you love him too, or something like that.
no. Did it sound like that? No, not at all. No, Benito's cool, and we started. The funny thing is, we started working with him somewhat late last year, and then finally things got going around February when Shannon and I had both got the flu. And initially, I think we had made his artwork a little too small on his hats, and so that's what Shannon was like. Be nice about the art, because the previous time he had
now, please be good.
the previous time he had ordered his hats, the embroidery was a little on the.
And Matt took the criticism all by himself because I was like prostrate.
Yeah, I was just like, just take the hats. We'll make them right.
They're actually those ones right there.
Yeah.
We thought they turned out great.
Yeah.
But he wasn't happy.
Yeah, he wanted some changes to it. But that was one of the times when a proof was not approved and we moved forward. But the thing is, kind of like we kind of preach about making things right and just making your clients happy. That was one of the cases where we just kind of had to eat the order, and then we gave the hats to him. We're just like, so he ended up getting a bunch of hats out of the deal. But
the funny thing was, though, I screwed up on that order, and I ordered the wrong color, and then he came and picked up the hats.
Oh yeah,
he came and picked up the hats, and then he decided he wanted more hats, and I still had the wrong color order sitting right there. And he's like, "What about those? I'll take those."
It's funny.
I was like, "Yes, I don't have to eat that."
He's probably on his phone right now as he's driving. He's like, "Let me tune into their show."
Hi, Benito.
Hey, Benito. Great to see you again. If you are watching, and cool guy, man. God, the trucks he pulls up in are just crazy. They do custom modifications. They build custom vehicles, and his is pretty insane. So
yeah, I used to sell cars, and I'm like looking at like a lot of the trucks that he does, and like all I'm doing is like racking up in my mind like how much that you could make off of that. Like as a salesperson, just because it's a habit. It's a habit. Anyways,
they make some good money. However, let me switch this over to the chat. So, what happened to my mouse?
Well, while you're doing that, Greg has a question. Do we ever do anything for the H-Town rappers? Why, yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Paul Wall's studio across the way. Whoever Paul Wall is.
Paul Wall is recorded there at some point.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't even know who that is. So.
Yeah, we do. We did about 1,000 shirts for. I think it was Cardi. It's not Cardi B, but the name of the rapper, I think it's just Cardi. We've done some for what was Danny Watts or something?
Danny
like
Watts.
That? Danny Watts, another artist.
What was the one with the foil?
That was a label. That was
label.
Was it
Rap-A-Lot? There we go.
Rap-A-Lot Records.
Rap-A-Lot, yeah. We've done things for them. We've done things for Lucky.
Right. Yeah, so we have done quite a bit for Houston rappers here. We haven't really secured anything super big. I mean, that 1,000 t-shirt order was a pretty cool thing, and we got him a really good price on those. But I'll say one of the things about kind of securing these bigger clients is actually having the time to go out and do it. And we one of the things I was telling Shannon I'd like to do is just find people that we're interested in working with, and then just kind of not. So one of the marketing techniques that you can do is like send them donuts or lunch or something. Send it over to them and just kind of constantly keep yourself in front of them, even if they're going with somebody else.
That's a basic thing. Yeah, you just can also keep your name in their head.
What's been working? Not to interrupt you, but what tends to work these days, even though there's all the social media and all that, is still the old school techniques of just really either going and saying hello or send them gifts or something like that. Even if it's something cheesy like what are those fruit arrangements?
The fuck you gifts?
No, not that. Not the fuck.
No, well, I always think it's a fuck you gift because I would really hate to actually have this. The edible arrangements.
Yeah, I don't know. So some way that find out what they like, send them. Who knows? Whatever the case may be.
Something I used to do for the pharmacy techs was I would make every Christmas I would make biscotti.
Is that what you would do?
I would paint them in. I would paint mugs and then stick a thing in biscotti. And it actually, because they did surveys and stuff like that for like how employee satisfaction with their job type thing.
Right.
But it always rose after that. After I would give them like little presents. But anyways, one of the things that was really interesting was when we did the punk rock band. And the guy came back to us after a couple weeks, and I didn't hear from him in a couple weeks. I figured, and I followed up, and I didn't hear anything, but I figured, all right, so we lost that account. And he comes back, and he said basically that the main reason he came back to us was because he loved my personality about, it being like a punk rock band, and I was just able to connect with him on a certain level. So there was that too. It's just being the relatable part, and just even if you're a guy, like I have it a little bit easier because I'm a girl. I do, and I'm not gonna dispute that. It's a little easier for me because I'm a girl and I can just act like ditzy and fun and bouncy. It's easier for me. But as long as you're able to be relatable and you can make them like you, it's an easy way in, I guess I would say.
Yeah, Shannon's really great about being able to connect with clients on that kind of level. There's I would say she's better at that than I am, definitely. Well, I can relate and talk it up, but Shannon can like really take it to a whole nother level towards where they want to go and hang out and have drinks or something like that.
I got a call the other day from somebody that we did one shirt for, and she's like, "Hey, it's your best friend."
I'm like, who?
But she was.
Who are you?
She was super sweet. I was because we keep joking we're gonna be besties, and but no, it's just. It's being likable. That's gonna be your biggest marketing, really. Honest. Oh my God, you're pulling on me. Hey, look, my aim is getting better. But it's a lot of just being. That's one of gonna be your biggest marketing things. Just being likable, and because the person's they're gonna turn you down for one of three reasons: price, product, or person. I'm glad that you're making sure that everyone's focusing. So if they like you and they like the price, they don't like the product. If they like the product, they like the price, then they don't like you.
Bless you.
It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And honestly, I know immediately when I'm going to hug a client the moment they come in.
Well, this is true. She does.
Yeah.
She does. And I think she initially...
I'm sorry, hugging you.
She initially goes for the hug right away, though.
I do not.
Here, let me scoot this a little.
I would hug Reagan. I would never hug Jim.
Jimbo?
Nah, Jim's cool. But Jim and I can joke around on emails and stuff, but I'm not gonna hug him.
You've never met Jim, in person.
Yeah, well, I don't meet these people either until I hug them. Anyways, we've got a big chat.
William, what now?
We've got a big chat list coming up.
A big chat list. Oh, okay.
Okay, Gus, I am actually still super camera shy, just to kind of grit my teeth and bear it for the live. Greg says he's a licensed dentist. I'm thinking he's talking about... I think I've heard that before.
Oh, really?
Upright. And yes, yeah, we did rap a lot. For a little bit there. They haven't...
Yeah. We
Joker
did.
shine.
We did a few runs for them, and they had the order that was the gold foil and all that, and I don't know. Sometimes we'll hear from clients for quite a bit, and then like they'll put in these massive orders, and then all of a sudden just nothing. Either they just are done spending money, or they for whatever reason
Why do
aren't
people
happy
know about
with.
Rabbit?
We follow up with them and would make sure that they're happy and everything. Sometimes you just don't hear back from people. Sometimes.
Sometimes they find a better deal, or they find people that they get along with better, or sometimes they just stop pursuing it, which we've seen a lot, especially in the music industry.
Right. Yeah. One of the things about the music industry, I would say, unless it's a huge artist, a lot of it's kind of like a small business. They invest a lot of money into it, and then depending on how their album sales are going or how they're doing as an artist, sometimes we'll just like Danny. I know for a fact he did quite a bit with us. Loved the work. I mean, it's pretty simple stuff. A white T-shirt with a black print, and then hadn't heard anything in a while. So might be in the studio working on a new album so he can go and tour again. For all we know.
Here's hoping.
Yeah. So
business for him is business for us.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, Greg wants to know if you can act bouncy.
If who can act bouncy?
You.
What do you mean?
Because I was saying, just because like my personality is, bouncy, kind of ditzy, funny, bouncy.
Myself personally, I'd say
no. You should see him dance though.
No,
dance. Show them your little.
I'm kind of the person that tends to.
Oh, that's gonna be commented on now.
Make small talk and keep conversation going if neither one of us is connecting at some level. I don't know. My connecting with people is a different connection with people. Shannon's personality is completely different than mine. Obviously, you guys watch Shannon on the YouTubes here on our channel and know her personality versus mine. Mine's not as bubbly as hers, so she can talk about unicorns and anime all day long, and then car guy comes in, it's like, oh yeah, there you go, small block 350 with
and then I literally look at him and go, Matt. but honestly, a stranger is just a friend I haven't met yet.
Depends on the stranger.
Unless they're a bitch. Okay. So,
there is that too.
Yeah, and Upper says, yeah, she's a hugger. Hey, little Jimmy,
you got it?
Santana be double cupping.
What?
Oh, purple. Yeah.
Huh?
I know, right?
What the fuck?
I don't know what double cupping is.
Double
I really
cupping?
hope it's not about my boobs. Anyway, so hi, Annie. Rap a lot. Old school Houston, apparently. Okay. Did not know that. I don't know. Are they paying us? We'll print. When are you guys coming to SD? He's met Rye Beats 1 and second time hanging out with Vega. Have not met Vega yet. I don't even think I've even talked to Vega before.
I don't think you even know who he is.
I do know who he is.
Do you?
Yeah, he's got the beard.
Okay. See?
Sorry, I'm trying to see.
Yeah, I know, and so I'm trying to make sure you're...
Greg says do the Carlton.
Do the Carlton? I don't even know how to do the Carlton.
Well, Jason wants to.
I can do the hammer
moonwalk.
and the kid and play.
Can you do the moonwalk?
No, I'm not Michael Jackson. I'm not that good. I just know how to dance in my own kind of silly way, really. So I'll dance when I'm in a good mood or we're listening to music. And Shannon will do the same thing.
I mostly do it out in the shop though.
Yeah, Shannon will do the same thing. It's
not like
it's not like I just go around dancing all the time, but I'm less timid about it under the right circumstances, being out, drinking, music playing, and
I'm not talking about that dancing. I'm talking about the dances you just kind of do when you walk into the office.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
So
I can't dance. So.
I'm not sure how to even recreate that. Is it the moving on up?
I don't know.
Moving on up dance.
I don't know. No, you do some kind of thing.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Bring it to my attention next time because I don't really even know.
All right, well, I'll have to then.
Sorry, guys.
So you got to see
the only ones I can really do like on command is the hammer, the kid and play, the weed eater, the lawnmower,
sprinkler,
the roll up, the manual roll up windows.
I don't know that one.
Yeah. There you go.
Is that it? I'm just.
So you're just like, I'm rolling it up. Up. Now I'm rolling it down. Rolling it down. You know, stuff like that. I'm by no means like
there, ladies and gentlemen, it is a perfect snapshot of just why I stay with this man.
I'll wean it down. I'll wean it down. For the lawnmower.
That thing is like getting stretched so tight. You kind of pull the headphones out.
Best I can do dancing in a chair.
Alright, I don't even know where the Salida dance? Is that the Macarena?
That's the washing machine, isn't it?
This is the washing machine to me. Of course, this is the new feet washing.
You're not cleaning anything with that. You better move some more.
Okay. Jason can moonwalk, so, beats you there.
Well, good for you, Jason. I can't moonwalk. I've tried it. I haven't really tried all that much. And I think my level of, like, caring about it, like, people that really want to accomplish that, it's up here. Mine's kind of like...
Well, you know, it is 2019.
I've attempted it and I'm just like, no. I don't really go dancing or like dance for the sake, like I just kind of
dancing.
Yes, but that's different. We don't like go out for the sake of it. Let's go dance. I don't know. Like I got rhythm and all that, and what little dance moves I do know or that have been taught, I can do well. But aside from that, I just really never have had the desire to just dance. I'm your typical sit on my ass and drink beer kind of guy.
Yeah, the only reason we actually went dancing was like, hey, you want to go check out some live music tonight? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And
all right, so what's after this? Want to go dancing?
And then the whole live music thing was a little bit
terrible,
snorific. So I was like, you know what? Let's go dancing at a gay club. That'll be fun.
Yeah, you just like being hit on.
It's not that I like being hit on.
You like being told he's pretty.
No. The last time we went, there's the crowd had definitely changed. But no, there's some spots here in Houston that Shannon like to hit up. There's a dive bar, and then right down the street there's many just LGB kind of
LGBTQ.
Yeah, a lot of those places, and they're entertaining. It's out of our comfort zone.
And I was still accused of flirting at one point.
It's out of our comfort zone. Okay, it's not out of our comfort zone. I would say it's entertaining. Like, it's very entertaining.
I just feel,
it's out of the norm.
I have more fun there just because it's just about the dancing instead of like, people trying to pick one of us up.
There you have it.
Yeah. I like it. I have fun.
Yeah.
And also, when we went there, when I was dressed as Batman, my entire skirt fell off, and no one really cared because they were all gay guys.
Yeah, and they're just
so they
looking
were just
at
like,
me.
all right, whatever. And I'm just like, ah! Anyway, so
hey, you want to talk about the topic? What
I want to talk about what What's going on in the chat?
Okay, what's going on in the chat?
I don't know yet. I
Do you
can't
need
read.
your bifocals?
I can't read.
You want to put your bifocals on? Oh, I don't know.
Greg says at a gay club, that's where Matt gets bouncy and giggly. Giggity.
Yeah.
Giggity. Okay.
That's definitely... That's good times right there. Let me tell you.
I enjoy it. Like, some of our really good friends, like, they have a bed and breakfast there. And he and his husband, they're the sweetest men in the world.
His husband's crazy.
Well, they're very nice to me.
He's out there. We played a gig there, and then I left my equipment there. We went to go hang out at some of these places Eddie. Shannon was talking about, and then I went back to go get my equipment, and apparently they had all dropped acid, and he was like, whoa, who are you? I'm like, dude, it's me, it's Matt. Oh man, you're lucky. I was gonna get a gun out of it. I was just like, calm yourself down.
Well, Jason's a sweetheart. I don't know about his
They're a trip, literally. Anyways, we don't hang out with them all the time. It's like once in a blue moon.
Okay, so Orange Star wants to know if anyone's invested in the Action Illustrated art package.
The Action Illustrator art package?
Illustrated art package.
The hell is that?
I don't know. So apparently, no, we have not.
Action Illustrated art package? Is that Illustrator art package?
No, Illustrated.
Illustrated. No, I'm reading it, but I'm just wondering. I haven't heard of it. Sorry, I haven't heard of that one. And how much is it? I want to know. And what does this Action Illustrated art package do? Does it illustrate stuff for you, or is it just kind of like a collection of ready to go artwork where you kind of like put your own, just type in whatever it is, like you can type in the name of a sports team or something like that? I don't know.
Well, Greg says no matter what, it's not worth it.
You know, it might have some value to people that the bottleneck might be the graphic side of things. So who knows? I don't know.
He also says it costs an arm and a nut.
Yeah, costs an arm and a nut. Yeah, no, we can't afford arm and a nut expenses. I think we already did a toe expense.
Well, if you gave the nut,
you'll give the arm since you have staff anyways. I'm just kidding. That's what your arm's gonna fall off.
I'm gonna kill you. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill you.
Anyway, so no. You said I had the nut part covered.
You could have just left it at arm.
It's not even that big of a deal.
It's the stigma.
There's no stigma to it.
Alright, so long story short, I thought I had a spider bite. It turns out my dad looked at it and it says a staph infection, and I was convinced that my arm was just gonna fall off, and now he decides to declare it to the entire fucking internet.
Yeah, apparently staph's common on everybody's skin, and it just got infected or some crap. A little bit.
Can we not say infected?
Okay, so how about the Astros?
It just looks like a bite. It looks fine. Oh my god.
How about the Astros? And the Astros doing okay? I hadn't had time to keep up with them. Are they doing all right? Hey, Shannon, you want to go to a game and eat some hot dogs?
Can I stab you while you eat the hot dog?
And some nuts. What else we got going on here? Are we gonna talk about the topic?
I'm sorry?
What do we got going on in the chat?
Why is it only me on screen?
Because you're reading the chat and it says questions, and then it says live chat feed, and you're reading the questions. They don't want to sit there and look at my face.
They don't want to look at mine either.
Not while you're reading the questions. Yeah, they do. You're reading it. You're on live radio. Come on. Get with the program.
All right, so no real questions, just some comments, and thankfully everyone's like, being very much nicer than you were.
This picture right here that has it's a shop gnome that was probably very misleading because everybody thought that was you right there
with the beard
in the middle of the screen. No, this blonde with the t-shirt on.
Oh yeah, that one.
To it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not that skinny or pretty, guys.
I think we need to. Should we just turn her off?
Yeah.
Should we just get rid of her?
That'd be good. I am not like some blonde little pixie.
Hold on, I don't even. Oh wait, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let me see if I can remove her real quick. Let's see. Oh, bam! There it is. There it is, right there. Hold on. Wait. Watch this, Shannon. Watch.
I can't.
Are you watching? She's gone.
Yeah, well, I don't notice a difference because I can't see.
She's gone. She's totally gone. And now look at this.
Jason,
she came back.
Stop.
She totally came back. No?
Okay, so.
Okay, she's gone now.
Put the real shop gnome up instead, Eddie says. No, I'm good.
That's what I was thinking.
Good.
You're looking at the real shop gnome. What do you need a still? Yeah. What do you need a still of? And then there's Shannon right there in the animated Polaroid picture. That's all you need, baby. That's all it is right there. Look, see? She's even got the shop gnome shirt on and everything.
I do. I like the shirt. I like the gray and I like the V-neck part of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wore it to the ISS show last week.
Looks good on you.
Thank you.
All right, so
Topic.
Do you want to kick off the topic, Shannon?
I don't even remember what it is.
You don't remember what the topic is?
I am really tired.
We talked about this topic for
days,
like the past 5 minutes before we started, and we can at least talk about the topic. Okay, so
positive attitude. Something about positive attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, client feedback.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to start off by saying that, and I don't want to point any fingers just in case our graphic designer is watching, but Michelle.
That's the literal opposite of not pointing a finger.
No, it made me think because being a art studio, screen printer, whatever the case may be, you're eventually going to be asked to do some design work. And what we were talking about was the fact that, you create something, you put some time into it. There's times when I do things, I'm like, man, I'm just really not feeling it. And because the project needs to be done, I'll put the art together and put it out there. Well, a lot of times, they might be happy with it and think it's the greatest thing, but then you have the flip side of it where people just aren't completely happy with it. And you can't really, as someone that's designing something, you gotta, with being a commercial artist, like Shannon likes to say, and I like to say myself.
You were the one that taught me the phrase.
Yeah. Well, I taught you the difference between a commercial artist and a fine artist, and the difference between a commercial artist and a fine artist. Thank you. That's a great point. That's an amazing segue, Shannon. Is the fact that a fine artist, you're painting what you want to paint or create whatever sculpture, piece of artwork that you want to create, and it's for yourself. But you do have the intent of putting that artwork out there. That artwork potentially being bought or not, if you're doing artwork at home and it's just for yourself and
I just want that damn
you have that creative outlet, for a creative outlet, then, it's fine and dandy. But there are fine artists, such as my cousin, Anjabert Matoy. You can go and look him up. And so he does fine art, and I'll never forget going to his gallery where he has his artwork up, and there are pieces that are for sale, and a lot of them were sold, and he was selling those things for $7,000 the $10,000 a piece. I was like, holy crap! I was like, dude.
To be fair,
tell
though,
me how to
there
get
are
into it.
also gorillas that pieces sell for tens of thousands.
What are you trying to say about my cousin's artwork?
This could lead into so many things that I could get in trouble for.
What are you trying to say about my cousin? Anyways, so that's one side of it, fine art. And then being a commercial artist, really you have someone telling you, I want this. You try and create what it is they have in their mind. And, they could say, you could have something on there that's green, and they're like, I don't want that green. I want it purple. And whether or not you think it's a dumb kind of, in your mind creatively, it doesn't look right to them, they might think so, and you're getting paid to create the art that they want and make that change. A lot of times it's up to you as an artist to sell them on why you believe it should be green instead of purple, and kind of put out your trying to look for the word here, your experience as an artist as to the why this is, not necessarily your experience, but your knowledge. Kind of share that knowledge, just like with screen printing.
Oi, I'm better at this than you, trust me.
No, more
I'm
like
kidding. I'm kidding.
Here's the decision. Here's how I came to this. It's like when we have clients come here to our shop and they're just completely they have no idea how screen printing works, and you show them how screen printing works, and they're like, oh my god, I didn't know it took all this. I didn't realize all this work went into it. And then so that creates the value of what it is you're doing. And it's hard sometimes to create that value over the internet or wherever it is. And generally your values, the quality of work that you're doing, the art that they've seen, like some of your best portfolio pieces, and they're not always going to be, not every piece you put out is going to be your best. And so I would say dealing with that, one of the ways that we deal with it, I deal with it personally, is they tell you they don't like it, and you're just kind of like, okay, well, let me just go back at it and let me create something else for you if you don't like it. What I'd say in our case, we in order to hold on to clients, we'd be like, okay, we're not gonna, since you didn't like it and it's not the direction, maybe the direction wasn't in the communication, maybe we didn't quite understand between the person communicating their idea to the artist, and the artist creating whatever piece it is.
Yeah, that happened the other day.
Right.
It happened the other day. Like, they were like, Michelle sent something over to them, and they were like, we don't like it at all.
Yeah. So what you have to do is just kind of take the criticism, what it is they don't like about it, and if perhaps you didn't get enough information out of them, then it would be a good time to pick their brain some more until you're on the same page and create that piece of art that
and sometimes it's going to be like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
It'll be like, just asking very, very, very specific questions and like just dragging the information out of them. And, every person is different, so it's going to be different questions with all of them. But they said they weren't happy at all because they told me they had no direction. They had no idea where they want to go. That they were a car stereo system thing. I don't know. Cars. It has wheels.
I think that's where it comes down to the understanding of what your client does, what they're looking for.
Probably would have been a lot better if you had been the one taking
having
that call.
Some examples. But it really, if we were giving Michelle the opportunity to do it, then me taking but Michelle should, in my opinion, if she's talking to them, be able to make some notes and be able to communicate to me, say, hey, here's what they're looking for. So I gave her some direction. The only thing is, I told her, and that's the thing about being creative, is just because here's your set of parameters and here's what they're looking for. She nailed all those parameters. The only thing is that visually it wasn't their taste.
Well, she told me after she saw the notes and stuff that it was actually the exact opposite direction of what they actually wanted. They told her to go into the graphic design.
When she do like the posterized thing
instead of the illustration.
Yeah,
direction.
see,
And then and that was just something I had to tell her. I was like, look, you know what? Every time that they're telling you something, just take it with a grain of salt, because half the time they're not going to be as fully informed about the situation that you would be,
See, and the thing is, had she communicated that to me, exactly what you're telling me, she said they wanted that kind of graphic style where it's more like posterized kind of stuff.
That's what they told her, but half the time that I don't think that the client really understands which is which when they're trying to point their designer in the right direction. And so there's always going to be a couple of rewrites.
Well, if
just
they
so
told her
on the same page,
if they told her one thing and we're wanting something else, then
they had the
maybe
wrong. They had the wrong idea of what it was that they wanted, though.
Well,
like
maybe
the wrong
we
label on it.
We should charge them then in that case.
Well,
because I
didn't charge them. It's not our bad, but I didn't charge them because we would have lost the account if I had.
If I told you I wanted a dinosaur,
That's
but what
different.
I really wanted was a dog on there. They both have 4 legs.
No, this is totally different, because it's all, we want art, but it's finding the nuances between the different kinds of arts. So, and a lot of people, especially people that don't deal with the things that we deal with, they don't know the nuances between all of it.
They don't, and that's
and we would have lost the account.
That's where I personally like to ask clients to say, hey, send me some design, just go out on the internet and find some things that you like that have, there might be 3 or 4 different things like, oh, this is kind of a cool style, I like this, and then shoot those over so that way I have a good idea, because you can go a million different directions design wise.
Well, that's the thing though, I did ask them that. They just said, I don't know, we just want it to be eye-catching and popping, and we don't really have a direction. I'm like, do you have any examples? No, not really. Okay.
Well, yeah, sometimes that's I think it's still a good idea to have like some sort of visual basis.
Well, yeah, but I asked them for that, and I think what happened though was that after we sent that first design, they got kind of an idea of what they didn't like. So they were able to start sending us things that they realized they did like.
It does take that sometimes too.
And
okay.
Greg
that's
wants
not
to know
the direction.
how Michelle took the criticism, and she took it like a freaking champ, like right on the chin. She was just like, okay, they didn't like it.
I wasn't here when she was told. Did you tell her this?
I forwarded her the email, and I kind of mentioned it. She was just like, all right, okay. But I had also already prepped her the day that she sent it in.
Right.
Being like, look, if this is commercial art, there is a very high chance that they're just going to be like, no!
Yeah.
So.
And that's
but
just
she
the
took
way
it like
it
a
is.
champ. She took it like a champ. She wasn't sulky about it. She handled it way better than I did when my design was rejected for the first time.
Oh, no. You closed the blinds and went and cried.
I did not cry. I didn't cry.
You did close the blinds.
There were no blinds. There were curtains.
Okay. So that's just kind of our take on how to handle those things. And yeah, when you do create some artwork, initially that might just be getting the ball rolling to find out what they don't like. So just kind of take it with
everything's with a grain of salt.
I wouldn't even necessarily say grain of salt, but just more of constructive criticism and learning. It's going to be a new learning experience with every single person.
And it's something to keep in mind though, is that
just don't get your heart broken about it.
I was talking to Michelle about this today too. Like, I get exasperated now when people like try to tell me about their design ideas and stuff, and I'm like, you don't know everything about this, you know? And
Right.
like 2.5, 3 years ago, I stumbled into this, and I had never once thought of where my shirt came from. And now I'm just like, God, you don't know about this? Oh my God. And it's like, it's unplaced, it's unwarranted exasperation.
It is.
And,
Greg, oh, go ahead.
no, it's something to keep in mind though. These people, they don't understand the process. So you have to like walk them through it. And you have to understand that, hey, not everyone gets that there's an underbase. Not everyone gets that, hey, yeah, they see 2 colors and you see 6.
I think Greg Stevenson mentions that he, let me switch the view over real quick, but he mentions that he does a ton of artwork for clients and it's difficult, but you need to really pick their brains. Been doing this roughly for 15 years, and there's always something the client doesn't like. I completely agree, and just to give my background a little bit, I've been before I got into screen printing, I've been a graphic designer before that, and still a graphic designer. I mean, still doing graphic design work for our clients. And I mean, we don't just do t-shirts, we do flyers, logos, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll kind of post up my graphic design portfolio, but I've worked with a ton of freelance ad agencies and whatnot, and then also have done a ton of illustration work. I graduated in 2001, and from 2001 up until 2015, that's all I did was graphic design for prints. It was offset when I got into it. Digital was a new thing that came in. Was also preparing film for screen printing on latex balloons, so that's kind of how I knew about the screen printing side of things, aside from it being on balloons, which is somewhat of a different animal. But yeah, I mean, there were times when I would design something for, let's say, a publication, and I would have to come up with 2 or 3 different concepts before we would move on to this publication that's 100 pages. And they would kind of pick and choose, okay, we like this direction, and I do maybe 1 or 2 different kind of styles for the inside pages, and they would pick the cover, and then we would carry on using this kind of visual template that was the basis of it all, and then crank the whole thing out. Now, there are times when I would say that I was just kind of in a creative stump, in a sense where I'm like, I don't know what to do, and they would send.
Oh, you mean like the bat mitzvah?
Right, the bat mitzvah, yeah. And but I pushed through it and created something. The bat mitzvah thing.
After got mad about the shirt with the cat.
they absolutely loved it, which I was kind of like, man, I hope they like it, because I'm not feeling it. But like, say for instance, there was this catalog that I had to design, and they sent me some ideas what they liked, and I just for some reason just could not come up with something that to me I thought was great, and I kind of knocked off what they had sent, but changed it up a little bit. And they're like, man, this looks just like whatever you sent over. I'm like, well, it is, but it's not. And so it's like, okay, well, let me start over. Could you send me some more ideas to get the creative juices flowing? And then eventually I came up with something that they liked, but I did not get back those hours, those 4 or 5 hours that I put into doing the initial mock-ups. And that's how it goes. And that's how it goes with doing graphic design for t-shirts. So.
But I do love being able to use the phrase back to the drawing board.
But, oh yeah, even though nothing's being drawn for me, I'd skip the entire drawing board.
Michelle drew the entire thing out. I saw her pictures of it for a rough draft.
I saw it.
But it's fun being
I
able
think
to say that.
if she
Dad jokes.
if she's one of the things I would like to see, if she likes to spend some time sketching things out, is
Well, she's probably like me.
one of the things I would like to say about that is, I think that if you're going to sketch things out rather than immediately go into the computer, is you might as well do a handful of thumbnails and quick sketches and kind of figure out which one layout wise is best rather than creating one. One of the things she will learn and that I'll teach her is that even though in art school they tend to teach that you need to sketch things out and do all these thumbnails and stuff, that's fine and dandy for certain industries or certain lines of graphic design where you have a client that's a huge client and you're trying to create concepts and send over concepts. You can quickly sketch things out. And in my mind, these are the bigger clients that are paying thousands upon thousands of dollars for maybe a brand identity or something like that. But when someone's wanting a t-shirt design and they're just looking for something eye-catching, like you just dive right into it and create something, maybe even create something else that's using similar elements but different layouts and arrangements. So I'm gonna say that from my what year is it now? My 18 years of experience in graphic design, and a lot of the graphic designers that I talk to that have been doing it for a while, like they teach you in school to do these thumbnails and these sketches. Like there's not many people that do that when you have to quickly churn things out. Like you just get right into the computer and start designing. Well, and that's not to say, and it's the last thing I'm going to say about it, it's not to say that you can't, and it's not a good idea to do sketches and thumbnails or whatever the case may be. It's a good thing to do. However, there's a lot of people out there that when it comes to like a mom and pop place or something like that, time is money. They don't have as big of a budget. Like we're not seeking out the Nikes and these huge oil corporations that need an identity like created for them. You know, we do t-shirts for people for family reunions and schools, and a lot of these people are on tight budgets.
Well, to be fair though, she's 22. She has a lot that she can still, get experienced in. But at the same time, as I was explaining to her, because, I swear, like, you haven't been around, like, a lot of, like, the time I have to talk to her and, like, try to communicate things with her for the art.
So that's what's going on.
Oh, yeah, it's me fucking it up.
Wait a second here.
You done?
Hold the phone.
You done?
Hold the rotary phone.
Never mind.
What? I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
They expressed explicitly that they were unhappy with the last two people that they went to for designs.
Right.
And they were very, very vague. And they just wanted something that fit their image that they didn't know how to express. And so sketching something out like that is like a thought process for her, which I totally get because that's how I would do it. And yeah, maybe she can't do like little tiny thumbnails. Maybe it's like that's her way of processing like how she's going to form the art.
I get that because I've been down that path in art school, and I've been down that path a lot of times.
Well, she's a painter. She's not she's learning.
She's not a what?
She's learning.
Wait, hold on.
She's learning to be a professional graphic designer. But her main thing is she's a painter. Well, and that's how, like, fine artists.
This guy over here.
I'm just not.
I get what you're saying, but you're also, you have someone right here that I'm listening, and I understand where you're coming from, but I'm also kind of trying to share my knowledge and experience with the transition.
Right. And no, and I get that. I get that. All I'm expressing is my view of empathizing with her, like, and the way that her brain. You said it so many times. Everybody's brains work differently.
Sure.
And sometimes brains work better if you let them do them.
Okay, I'm gonna say this about the sketching stuff up. If there's time being put into sketches rather than just start comping and mocking things up, then generally when you're doing that kind of work, you're creating that for the sake of sending it over to the client saying, hey, here's some sketches I came up with. Without wasting too much time, I quickly rough these up. What do you think? And they might see one where they're like, yes, proceed with that one.
Then what the hell was the unicorn thing all about then?
What unicorn?
The rainbow?
You were drawing it.
Yeah, and we put that off long enough, and you should have just told me, just give a rough sketch. And you should have digitized it then. Why didn't you?
It never got past that point.
It did get past that point. It's in my sketchbook.
It's got a line drawing of it. The thing about that one in particular is they paid us about 4 hours worth of time, right? And I was allowing this to be something for you to do and the sketch up. And what I was going to do in order to just completely sell it, because I felt like personally that the sketch was solid and I thought it was great, and to just add color to it and send it off to them, they probably like badass, done. But we didn't get to that point because they had a deadline to meet, and we didn't meet that deadline. Is all it came down to.
I had just gotten into everything. We probably shouldn't have left something that important.
Hey Shannon, what is the title of the subject today? Don't even take it personal.
I'm not taking it personally.
Yeah, your feelings are a little hurt by that project.
No, I'm empathizing with Michelle. About
Michelle's not here. Empathizing with her feelings weren't hurt though. She just went on. And
I wasn't saying her feelings were hurt. I am just saying that maybe that's her thought process.
Sketching, yeah,
sketching it out.
That's fine.
Some people write their things out. I can't learn anything unless I take unless I take notes and then reread them as I'm actually trying to apply it.
I get that.
Anyways, we've got stuff.
Okay, we got stuff, and it's 8:03, so let's limit it to.
Greg wants to know where to
minutes.
get good crawfish.
Good crawfish
in Houston.
I
don't know. I don't eat crawfish.
BB's Cafe is a good place. I'd check them out. Start there. Awesome crawfish.
Eddie says we're having a great discussion.
We are. I feel like I'm being singled out here though, and my expertise as someone that's been a graphic designer for quite some time. I feel like if I actually had the two of you in the room, that
I'll shoot agree with no matter what you say. You're our boss.
No, and I wouldn't want her to agree. What I would want is for there to be something learned from the experience that I have, and not necessarily. I get the point of.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
The sketches. No, I know, and I'm here.
Teach me things all the time.
I'm here saying why skip the sketch stage, and that tends to be more of what you do when you're kind of still learning, fresh out of art school. And again, that's not every situation, because there are a lot of professionals that still prefer to do the sketches, which is why I'm saying it's not a bad idea. But however, doing the sketches, I think if you're going to do that stage, rather than dive right in, is to take those sketches and present it and be like, hey, here's something I did already. Am I on the right track? That's how I feel about it. Because I
didn't go to art school. Okay?
that doesn't necessarily matter. I can get. You're in art school. What are you talking about? Art school's been in session.
I'm sad about my art piece.
Hey. Shannon says that she didn't go to art school or any of that stuff, but we have a YouTube channel teaching people stuff.
You
by
are
by
association.
this guy.
They can skip your brain. At
This
that
guy
point.
right here, and I don't think that's really kind of like clicked in her mind really, and I think it has. However, I think there's some sort of weird intimidation thing because I'm not a
there's
stranger.
so much. Are you kidding me?
But
I'd
why?
kill for the skill that you have.
Why? I'm not even. I don't even like that. That's the problem with being an artist because you're like. You never. Okay, I'm not gonna say never. I'd say that you're constantly in the pursuit of greatness and what is greatness when it comes to art. I mean, there's a lot of people that tell you, "Oh man, this is amazing. That's wonderful," and I'm just kind of like, okay,
I just want to draw the one
better.
goddamn fucking cursed picture out there of Sakura doing a Hadouken.
And what was my advice to you?
Get Michelle to fix it.
No.
It was.
No, I said ask her if there's anything that you can do to fix that little smudge. That's what I asked. But,
I dropped vape oil on it.
But my advice to you was since you felt like it was taking too long, you felt like you weren't doing well at it before proceeding into this bigger piece that's going to be like a showpiece, was to just to do some. You know what I mean? It's something you want to display and be very proud of.
Yes.
So my thoughts were to take a sketch pad, do some quick 30-second sketches of some still life, kind of exercise your hand and eye coordination, and it's something you're not even worried about. The thing with the drawing that you currently have going on is you're worried about every single little detail, and if a little smudge gets on there from some of your vape juice, it's the end of the fucking world.
It's the face! It's like the center point of the entire thing. And by the way, I don't have a sketch pad because we got to fight. I threw the sketch pad in the washout booth.
I took it out. That's where your drawings are at. Anyways.
Wait, what?
So
Why have you not told me this for 6 months?
The point is doing those little drawings will kind of help you get past the fear to do some things that you aren't necessarily hung up on, and even if you think they suck, it's just practice, and it's nothing you have to keep around as a portfolio piece. It could just be a sketchbook. That's why I call it a sketchbook, so you can just sketch shit out.
I need a new sketch.
I'm just saying, and I'm not. So I aside from doing stuff for the kids, I haven't sketched anything in a long time. But if I were interested,
you draw stuff for me.
If I were interested in doing a hand drawn piece, I would definitely start with. I wouldn't expect.
I did that one.
Yeah, that was with the projector. Okay, I would start with kind of refining your skills. Pen and paper, whatever the case may be, and just refine it a little. That's all.
Anyways,
right.
This is supposed to be about positive attitudes.
It is, and this is my advice towards building a positive attitude. And I think it's solid. I think it's solid damn advice.
Well, it is, and there's okay. We're gonna have to cut
Not
it.
to toot my own horn here, but
We're gonna have to cut it soon, but there is also other things that you need to keep in mind, like when you're dealing with a client or whatever that's frustrating you, is it's the positive mindset in general. Like every time I get irritated, I just tell myself bunnies give kisses, Apollo gives puppy snuffles.
and everybody poops.
And everybody poops. And it makes me giggle and it turns my attitude around a little bit. It does. So it's just basically it's have a thick skin and Remember happy things. It's kind of like Peter Pan. Think happy thoughts, you'll fly.
There you go. And
oh my God, that was...
Damn.
Wow! I actually really
Shannon.
like that.
Did you just blow your own mind?
I did.
Because you blew Apollo's.
I did. Because
okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, guys, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks, Waldo. I hope you guys have enjoyed the last couple videos that we posted up. I'll be posting some more soon. There's been a request for a video that's kind of a vintage rap t-shirt, so I've gotten requests for that, so I think I'll post that up just as soon as I get a chance, because I really have to find the time, aside from doing design work myself, is to put that together as a video. And we'll have some other stuff coming up. I do have some other business minded things that I think would be helpful for new screen printers. Maybe a little bit more of a visual, kind of detailed video explaining how Mikey Designs was started, essentially, with $0, explaining that. And then one of the things I've been wanting to do is just kind of almost a video again for people that are kind of growing their business, some of the things that you need in your shop. I imagine a lot of you guys already know, but I think it'll be great for upcoming screen printers and people that are starting apparel lines.
To be fair, though,
it might even be
going.
And to me, a lot of the things we do upload to is a great way for us to show some of our clients. It's like, hey, here's all the things involved with what we do.
It makes us look legit.
Well, it's all the things involved with what we do and why it is, we charge the money that we do. What, kind of creating our value, so to speak. Anyhow,
also,
yeah.
I do want to say, to be fair, you do have the advantage of a girlfriend that is artistic and loves you very, very much. So there is that was kind of advantageous to the growth.
This is true. So we appreciate everybody that has tuned in. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I think it's down over this way, that away, and we'll have some more content for you guys coming up. And we're gonna get out of here because we're hungry. It's getting late, and
liquor store closes
and tired.
in 46 minutes.
And Shannon's interest is the liquor store, so we got to get out of here.
Well,
all right, guys. We'll see y'all next time.
bye, guys. Hearts.